Your prefrontal cortex, the very seat of your conscious thought, can only hold about 4 distinct pieces of information simultaneously. That is it. Think about that for a moment. This isn't a suggestion, it is a fundamental hardware limitation of your brain's most critical resource for focus and problem solving, your working memory. Your perceived lack of focus isn't a character flaw. It is a direct consequence of trying to cram a dozen inputs into a system designed for a mere 4. Today, you are going to dissect the precise neurobiological throttle of your working memory and uncover how this tiny, finite capacity dictates every moment of your productivity. You will learn the hidden cost of information overload and, crucially, how to architect your daily workflow to bypass this constraint, allowing your brain to achieve sustained, effortless concentration and unlock a surge in creative output. Imagine your working memory not as a vast, expansive canvas, but as a small, temporary digital whiteboard situated right behind your forehead. This isn't where information is permanently stored. It is where it is actively processed. It is the mental workbench where you manipulate ideas, compare concepts, and make decisions. Everything you are consciously attending to right now, the words you are reading, a thought about your next task, the faint sound in the background, occupies precious space on this extremely limited mental whiteboard. Dr. George A. Miller, in his seminal 1956 paper, The Magical Number 7, plus or minus 2, first illuminated this astonishingly small capacity, suggesting humans could typically hold about 7 items in mind at once. Modern neuroscience, however, particularly when dealing with complex information or active manipulation, often points to an even more constrained capacity, sometimes as low as 4 or even 3 distinct conceptual units. Your brain simply wasn't built for the information fire hose of the 21st century. Every new email notification, every Slack message, every background tab pulling for your attention attempts to scribble over the 4 precious slots on that mental whiteboard. When you overload it, your cognitive engine doesn't just slow down, it grinds to a halt. It simply cannot process anymore. This isn't just an interesting scientific tidbit, it is the fundamental reason why you struggle to maintain focus in a world designed for distraction. Have you ever found yourself bouncing between 5 browser tabs, 2 chat applications, and an overflowing inbox, feeling busy but accomplishing nothing truly meaningful? That is your working memory glitching in real time. When you constantly switch tasks, even for a split second, your prefrontal cortex has to dump the current mental contents and reload a new set. This isn't a seamless transition, it is a resource-intensive operation known as context switching. Every time you do this, there is a cognitive cost. It is like having to completely clear your physical workbench and pull out all new tools for a different project, over and over again, every few minutes. A study by Ofer, Nass, and Wagner in 2009 starkly illustrated this. They found that individuals who frequently engaged in media multitasking were actually worse at filtering out irrelevant stimuli and less effective at switching between tasks than those who rarely multitasked. Their brains were literally less efficient at managing their working memory. Think about the implications. Before understanding this, you might have believed you were a master multitasker, capable of handling multiple complex projects simultaneously. The reality? You were consistently forcing your brain to perform at a fraction of its potential, constantly draining its limited working memory capacity. The measurable outcome is undeniable. Lower quality work, increased errors, extended task completion times, and a pervasive sense of mental fatigue even after a short period. Imagine the difference. On one hand, an hour spent frantically toggling between 5 urgent requests, ending with 5 half-finished, mediocre outputs. On the other, an hour dedicated to a single deep task, resulting in one complete, high-quality deliverable. The mechanism is identical. You either respect your working memory's limits or you suffer the consequences. The good news is that you can dramatically enhance your focus and output by respecting these innate brain limits. Here are 3 immediately applicable brain-based strategies. First, implement single-task focus blocks. This is not merely about turning off notifications. It is about pre-committing your working memory to a singular purpose for a specific duration. Choose one task. For the next 25 minutes, that is the only input your prefrontal cortex is allowed to process. Close all other tabs, silence all notifications, clear your physical workspace of anything unrelated. Before you begin, clearly articulate the single goal for this block. For instance, I will write the first 3 paragraphs of the report. By doing this, you are not just removing distractions, you are actively reducing the cognitive load on your working memory, freeing up all its resources to dedicate to the chosen task. The expected brain response is a deepened state of concentration, allowing for more robust neural pathways to form around that information, leading to quicker task completion and higher quality output. Second, embrace information triage. Do not let every incoming piece of information demand immediate processing power from your working memory. Instead, dedicate a specific 10-minute window at the start of your day, or even the previous evening, to quickly categorize all new inputs. Is it critical, urgent, or can it wait? For every item that isn't immediately critical, offload it to an external system, a task list, a calendar, a read later folder. The goal is to clear your mental inbox before you even begin deep work. You are essentially telling your prefrontal cortex you do not need to hold on to this. It is stored elsewhere. This prevents the Zeigarnik effect, where incomplete tasks or unresolved information linger in your working memory, constantly demanding attention and reducing available capacity. The result? You start your deep work sessions with a pre-cleared mental whiteboard, ready for peak performance without the drag of pending mental clutter. Third, practice the pre-work brain dump. Before embarking on any cognitively demanding task, take 5 minutes to simply write down everything that is currently swirling around in your head. Anxieties, unrelated to-dos, nascent ideas for other projects, even dinner plans. Do not censor or organize, just get it all out onto paper or a digital document. This simple act physically externalizes those mental distractions. By offloading these items from your working memory, you create a tangible space for them, acknowledging their presence but explicitly deciding they are not for immediate processing. Your brain, seeing these thoughts externalized, releases its grip on them, freeing up those precious 4 slots for the task at hand. The immediate brain response is a profound sense of mental lightness and clarity, allowing your prefrontal cortex to fully engage with the core challenge without the invisible weight of extraneous thoughts. You are not someone who struggles with focus. You are now someone who understands the exquisite, delicate architecture of your own brain's attention system. You're no longer battling an elusive enemy called distraction. You are proactively designing environments and workflows that harmonize with your prefrontal cortex's inherent limitations. You have transitioned from a passive recipient of mental chaos to an active architect of your cognitive environment, someone who collaborates with their working memory rather than constantly overwhelming it. Leverage this profound understanding of your brain's processing limits. Master your internal whiteboard, and you will unlock levels of focus and creative problem-solving you previously thought were impossible. Subscribe now to continue discovering the raw neural mechanics that govern your reality, and prepare to uncover the next neuroscientific breakthrough that reshapes your productivity.